The Chiefs beating the Browns in dramatic fashion, 33-29.
Yeah, the feeling is good here this morning because we came out on top, but it wasn't all good feelings while watching that game. Neal Jones is joining us right there from his living room this morning, but he was at the game yesterday. This is our AM Huddle segment that we'll be doing after each and every game this season. Neal, what a nail biter. The Chiefs in their post-game press conference said, we knew the whole time we were going to win it. But I'm skeptical. Did they really? Because there were times where it didn't look like it.
I was in that press conference. I don't remember anybody saying we knew we were going to win. I think what they were saying was we felt really comfortable. And at the end of the game, the Browns do what the Browns have done for about 2 decades, and that is they choked it away. And this group, this core group that Patrick Mahomes did talk about in the press conference, the same guys who took him to the Super Bowl and won it 2 years ago and who took him to the Super Bowl last year, that group got together and they really played some great football over about the last 7 minutes of the game.
Was there any moments that really stood out to you? Obviously, the first game of the season, so everything was a little more exciting, I feel like.
But and fans back.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously the crowd was big. That stuck out to me. But there were 117 plays in the game yesterday, and 2 really stood out to me. One of them was that altercation in the first quarter over by the sideline, by the Chiefs bench. I couldn't believe it. You see pushing and shoving, but it doesn't happen like this very often. This was in the first quarter as the Chiefs' Clyde Edwards-Helaire is tackled near the Chiefs bench, and then all heck breaks loose as players get tangled up. Chiefs assistant coach Greg Lewis pushes a player, and then he gets pushed back. Originally, they penalized just the Chiefs, but the referees arranged. They looked at that again on video, and they decided that the player, Ronnie Harrison, should be kicked out of the game. The Browns were penalized. Boy, Coach Andy Reid was hot. You know, you guys have watched him over the years. He doesn't yell very much at the officials, but he was really getting after it.
I mean, it was deserved at that point. Yeah, that was pretty wild to watch. I know another play that stands out, of course, you can't forget this, the 75-yard pass.
Woo.
I can't imagine what the roar was like from the stadium there in person.
It was unbelievable, and it happened just 1 or 2 plays, I should say, after Cleveland had scored a touchdown. So it's looking terrible. The Chiefs are down by 9 points, and then look what happens as Mahomes scrambles around and goes deep to Tyreek Hill. How many times have we seen this over the years? It goes for 75 yards to cut the Browns' lead to just 2 points. But like you said, Joe, it ignited the crowd. It really turned everything around. After the game, the players were saying that was the play that really got everybody, including the defense, going.
And Neal, what's the word with Tyrann Mathieu? I'm so confused because I know he was on the COVID-19 list, but then he got cleared, but he wasn't playing. So what's going on?
My wife texted me during the game, why is Tyrann Mathieu not wearing a mask on the Chiefs sideline if he's been in COVID protocol? Well, we found out after the game, Andy Reid told us that Tyrann had been cleared from the protocol, and the only reason he didn't play yesterday was that the coach didn't feel like it was safe. Not in COVID terms, but in football terms, he didn't want to put him out there. He hadn't practiced for 10 days. He hadn't worked out. He was afraid that he would be playing and pull a hamstring or get hurt because he hasn't been working out, and he didn't want to take a chance. He said, you know, I didn't think it was fair to the Honey Badger to put him in the game. But we were up in the press box going, with binoculars, I'm looking, and I'm like, yeah, he is down there. What's going on? That was interesting. So, guys, next Sunday, the Chiefs play at night. So, you know, next Monday morning, a lot of people in Kansas City are going to be like I am right now. They're going to be exhausted.
Yeah, all the coffee next Monday morning will be needed.
And concealer, coffee and concealer.
And a win. That will also make it easier, so we can hope for that.
All right. Joe, I got to ask you real quick.
Oh.
You got a baby in the house. Do you scream in front of the baby when you're watching the game?
Well, actually, I did yesterday during the 75-yard pass. In his eyes, he was like,
"What's happening?"
Yeah. So I need to watch. I need to cool it just a little bit.
Or just he'll get used to it.
He'll get used to it. Yeah, he's now officially baptized into Chiefs Kingdom. His first game of the season. Yeah,
I like it.
Right,
I like it.
Well, thank you, Neal. We appreciate it. Looking forward to these AM huddles every Monday morning. Have a good one.